I am Linda Harper, a 40-year-old illustrator and children's book author. But I'm not here to talk about colorful drawings or heartwarming stories for kids. I want to tell you another story. One about betrayal, misguided love, and my journey to rediscover myself. It all began on the day Ethan, my husband of 15 years, handed me a business card for a divorce lawyer, accompanied by a cold smile. "Let's get divorced. A wife without a stable income like you must understand that this is best for both of us." His words cut through me like a knife. However, what hurt even more was the way Monica, my childhood best friend, stood beside him, smiling smugly as if she had won. The three of us, Ethan, Monica, and I, used to be inseparable. We grew up together in a small coastal town in Oregon. Monica was the type of person everyone adored. Beautiful, charming, and always the center of attention. Ethan, on the other hand, was quiet and reserved but deeply caring toward those around him. And then there was me, with my passion for art, often feeling like a shadow standing next to them. In my final year of high school, I had mentally prepared myself to leave our small town and study fine arts at a college in New York. I never expected Ethan, the man I had secretly admired for so long, to suddenly confess his feelings. "I've liked you for a long time, Linda. Will you give me a chance?" I was shocked, because I had always thought he had feelings for Monica. However, when Monica wholeheartedly supported our relationship, I accepted his proposal. At that moment, I felt like I was living in a beautiful dream. After graduation, Ethan and I got married at 26. We decided not to have children as both of us valued our freedom and wanted to focus on our careers. Ethan became a manager at a real estate company, while I embarked on building my career in illustration and writing. We often traveled, attended art events, and enjoyed an unburdened life together. Things began to change when Monica married Ryan, a successful tech industry professional. Not long after, they had a daughter named Lily. I still remember the day Monica excitedly announced her pregnancy. "Ethan, guess what? I'm going to need your help a lot this time. Ryan is always so busy." She said it casually, and Ethan nodded without hesitation. At first, I didn't think much of it. Monica was our best friend, and Ethan wanting to help her seemed natural. However, as time passed, Ethan started spending an alarming amount of time with Monica and Lily. He gave up smoking because Monica complained about the smell. He frequently took time off work to drive her to doctor's appointments or take care of Lily whenever Ryan was away. I began to feel uneasy and annoyed. "Ethan, don't you think this is going too far? Ryan might get upset with you constantly interfering in their family matters," I cautioned him. But Ethan just frowned at me. "You're always busy with work and don't care about anyone. Monica needs my help and you just don't get that, do you?" Arguments began to happen more frequently. Ethan was no longer the gentle husband I had known. He seemed to be more attached to Monica and her daughter than to me. There were even times when he missed important events in our lives just to be with Monica. Things reached a breaking point when Lily's kindergarten graduation came around. The night before the ceremony, Ethan rummaged through the closet looking for a suit. "What are you doing?" I asked, bewildered. "I need a proper outfit for Lily's graduation. Monica asked me to go in Ryan's place," he said casually. I couldn't believe my ears. "You're attending their daughter's graduation in place of Ryan? Don't you think that's completely inappropriate?" Ethan shot me a cold glare. "You're being ridiculous. I'm just helping a friend. Can't you be a little more understanding?" That was the moment I realized our marriage was on the brink of collapse. Ethan and Monica had crossed a line they should never have crossed. I felt like I was being pushed out of my own life. My story was only just beginning. I started noticing something was wrong when Ethan gradually withdrew from my life. At first, it was excuses about working late or meeting clients on weekends. But as time went on, he spent more and more time with Monica and Lily, to the point where it was undeniable. Unease crept into my mind, but I tried not to let myself be consumed by negative thoughts. The truth only became clear when Ryan, Monica's husband, showed up at my house late one night. His face was a mix of worry and exhaustion. I opened the door and let him in, wondering why he had come so late. "Linda, I need to talk to you about Ethan and Monica," he said in a low, serious voice that made my heart tighten. We sat across from each other in the living room. The warm glow of the lamp did little to ease the tension in the air. Ryan got straight to the point. "I've been tracking Monica's car for the past few weeks. She's been going to a small hotel outside the city regularly, and Ethan is always there with her. He showed me GPS data from Monica's car. The locations and timestamps were undeniable. Each number on the screen felt like a dagger stabbing into my heart. I didn't know what to say. Part of me clung to the hope that it was all just a misunderstanding, but Ryan's eyes told me the truth. There was no doubt anymore. I want us to confront them, but the most important thing is that we protect Lily from getting hurt, he said, his gaze steady. I nodded. The betrayal was clear, and now Ryan and I were two people bound by the same pain. We began planning to gather more evidence. Ryan started working from home to keep an eye on Monica's movements, while I buried myself in my work, both to earn more money and to distract myself from the torment I was feeling. Ethan, oblivious to the fact that I knew everything, continued living his double life as if nothing had happened. During this time, I grew closer to Lily. Ryan often brought her to my house when Ethan and Monica were out. Even though Lily wasn't Ryan's biological daughter, he loved and cared for her as if she were his own. I couldn't help but feel affection for her too, a child caught in the web of betrayal without any understanding of what was happening. However, just as things seemed to be settling into a routine, I received devastating news. One morning, while working in my studio, I suddenly felt dizzy and collapsed to the floor. When I woke up in the hospital, the doctor informed me that I had a serious illness and would need long-term hospitalization. My world crumbled once again. From that moment on, I was fighting not only the betrayal but also a battle for my own health. I tried to stay calm as I informed Ethan about my condition. I hoped that, despite the cracks in our relationship, he would show some concern for me as his wife. But he responded with indifference. "I'll try to visit you when I have time." Not a single question about my diagnosis or treatment. He visited the hospital only once in the first 2 months of my stay, and then he simply stopped coming altogether. Monica and Ethan continued their relationship as if I no longer existed. But what hurt me the most was how Monica became increasingly neglectful of Lily. Ryan tried his best to protect the little girl from being hurt, but Lily started noticing the change. "Does Mom not love me anymore, Ms. Linda?" Lily's question left me speechless. I hugged her and promised that both Ryan and I would always be there for her, no matter what. During my long stay in the hospital, I realized I couldn't continue being a victim. Ethan and Monica had treated me like an obstacle in their lives, but I wouldn't let them achieve their goals so easily. Ryan and I had gathered enough evidence, but we decided not to act right away. The most important thing was to keep Lily safe and shielded from the fallout of adult problems. As time passed, I learned to regain my strength through small things. Lily visited me every day, bringing drawings she had made to cheer me up. Ryan also gave me unwavering support. We didn't need to rush. I knew one thing for certain. Our time would come, and when it did, neither Monica nor Ethan would escape the consequences of their actions. The meeting at the lawyer's office happened faster than I expected. Ethan sat across from me, his face calm and smug. "Let's go ahead with the divorce, Linda. I think we both need the freedom to pursue our own paths." "There's no need to make this difficult," he said, as if this were just a simple business deal without any serious consequences. Monica stood beside him with her arms crossed, her face full of satisfaction. I smiled, but it was a smile that carried things neither of them could comprehend. "Fine, Ethan, let's get divorced," I said, signing the papers without hesitation. He looked momentarily taken aback, probably expecting me to cry or beg him to come back. But he was wrong. The divorce was finalized within a few weeks. According to the agreement, I kept the house and all other assets that had been in my name before the marriage. It was only fair, since the house we had lived in was my property from the beginning. Ethan had never contributed a single penny to it, a fact my lawyer had clearly established. At first, Ethan didn't seem too concerned. He assumed that with Monica and the support of Ryan, whom he believed was clueless about the affair, they would soon find a new place to live comfortably. What he didn't know was that Ryan had his own plans. One morning, as Monica and Ethan were packing to move out, they received an unexpected call from a real estate agent. "I'm sorry, but I need to inform you that your lease for the new apartment has been canceled," the agent said coldly, giving them no room for explanation. "We were notified that all of Monica's current assets are under legal review due to a pending divorce settlement." Monica nearly lost her mind. "Ryan can't do this to me. I'm Lily's mother," she screamed, but no one cared. Ethan tried calling me repeatedly afterward. When I saw dozens of missed calls from him, I simply smiled and turned off my phone. For me, this was just the beginning. Not long after, Ethan and Monica found themselves homeless. They had to move into a small, run-down motel near the city center. The savings Ethan had accumulated were nearly gone, having been wasted during their affair. To make matters worse, his company fired him for ethical violations. Once a proud manager, Ethan was now jobless and without a steady income. Monica fared no better. Ryan officially filed for divorce and secured full custody of Lily. With solid evidence of her infidelity and neglect, Monica had little chance to contest the decision. Ryan had prepared everything in advance, and when the court ruled in his favor, Lily was awarded to live with her father. Monica cried and screamed, but it changed nothing. When Monica came to me in desperation, I silently looked at her without saying a word. She had destroyed my marriage, and now she had to face the consequences. "Linda, please help me. We used to be best friends," she pleaded, her voice trembling. I felt no sympathy for her anymore. "Monica, best friends don't do what you did. Handle it yourself," I said coldly and walked away. As for Ethan, he continued trying to contact me, begging for help. "Linda, we had good years together. You can't just abandon me like this," he said. I laughed at his words. "Ethan, you abandoned me when I needed you the most. We have nothing to do with each other anymore. Stop calling me." I blocked his number and redirected all future contact through my lawyer. From that point on, I heard nothing more from either Ethan or Monica. They had vanished from my life, though I knew they were struggling with the mess they had created. As time passed, I gradually regained my health and focused on my work. Lily, Ryan, and I developed a strong bond. Ryan often brought his daughter to visit me, and I found joy in seeing Lily grow happier and more confident. We no longer talked about the painful past because, now, we were all looking toward a brighter future. My plan for revenge was complete, but the most remarkable outcome wasn't the downfall of Ethan and Monica, it was the fact that I had found myself again, stronger than ever. One early winter morning, just after I finished illustrating a new children's book, my lawyer called with an update. "Ethan has officially lost his job. The company confirmed that he falsified reports and misused corporate funds." I listened silently. The news didn't surprise me. Ethan had always relied on manipulation, and his tricks had finally caught up with him. Not long after, I learned that he was struggling to find new work. Securing a respectable job with such a tarnished record wasn't easy. "I heard Ethan's now doing manual labor at a shipping warehouse near the docks," Ryan told me one afternoon while visiting with Lily. We didn't discuss Ethan much anymore, but hearing this made me reflect on how far his life had spiraled downwards. Monica wasn't in a better position. After losing custody of Lily, she had to move out of the large home Ryan had bought for them. With no financial support, Monica relocated to a rundown apartment and worked several part-time jobs to make ends meet. She had once believed Ethan would be her partner through it all, but as both fell into hardship, their hollow relationship quickly crumbled. They lost contact, and Monica faded into obscurity. Sometimes I wondered how Monica felt now, going from a woman admired by many to someone pulling night shifts at a small diner. But then I let those thoughts go. Her fate was the result of her own choices. Life gradually became peaceful for me after those turbulent times. Ryan and I kept in regular contact because of Lily, whom I saw as family. "Ms. Linda, I drew you a picture today." Lily beamed as she handed me a drawing of the house we once shared during those difficult days. "Do you think I can become an artist like you?" she asked with sparkling eyes. I smiled, gently patting her head. "Of course you can. If that's what you want, I'll help you chase that dream." Lily grew more focused on her studies and dreams. She told me she wanted to study abroad and become a translator of children's picture books, spreading vibrant stories to kids around the world. Hearing her aspirations filled me with pride. This once hurt child had found her strength and was ready to take control of her future. As for me, my career in writing and illustrating continued to thrive. Parents and children adored my books, and one of them was even in the process of being adapted into an animated film. During my time in the hospital, I never stopped working, letting each page of my stories serve as a source of strength to fight my illness. Now, my doctor had encouraging news. "If everything continues to improve, you might be discharged next year," he said. It was the best news I'd heard in a long time. After all the suffering, I could finally see light at the end of the tunnel. Ryan and Lily frequently visited me in the hospital. One day when it was just the two of us, Ryan gently held my hand, his eyes serious yet tender. "Linda, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want you to consider the idea of remarriage. I know you may not be ready, but I want us to build a new life together. A family where Lily can feel safe and happy." I was taken aback by his proposal. My heart, once closed off by past wounds, had found warmth again through Ryan and Lily. I didn't give him an answer right away. "Ryan, could you give me some time? I truly value your feelings, but I need to think carefully before deciding," I replied softly. He smiled and nodded. "I'll always wait for you, Linda. There's no rush." After Ryan left, I gazed out of the hospital window, feeling the gentle spring breeze whispering through the trees. A bright future awaited me. I had been broken by pain before, but now, I knew I was stronger than ever. My journey was far from over. I continued to write stories not only for children but also for myself, a woman who had learned to rise from the ashes and find light in life's smallest moments. I understood now that no matter how many trials life threw my way, I would never back down again. Linda Harper's story is one of overcoming betrayal, pain, and loss to rediscover herself. Sometimes those we trust most are the ones who hurt us the deepest. Yet instead of letting the pain consume her, Linda faced it head-on, rebuilt her life, and found strength through love, her career, and those who truly cared for her. Life may be filled with challenges, but if we refuse to give up, happiness will always be waiting at the end of the road. What do you think about Linda Harper's story? Do you have any thoughts or feelings about her choices and transformation? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to follow the channel for more inspiring stories about life and family.